we just bury the NES Classic the other day? Didn't that just happen literally days ago? And now all of a sudden we're talking about the SNES Classic? This is the equivalent of your grandparents, and let's say your grandma passes away, and 3 days later your grandpa's already hitting on a new chick at the bingo hall. Slow down, Grandpa. Slow down. So if you've been anywhere on the internet this morning, and probably YouTube, I haven't checked if other people are talking about it, you have probably seen something about the SNES Classic. That's right, folks. Evidently, the SNES Classic is coming holiday 2017. Now, this to me is very strange, and I wanted to basically talk about it, basically explore some things, and basically tell you guys why I think this is a load of BS. So, the story comes out of Eurogamer. Eurogamer is reporting that there is indeed an SNES Classic being developed. It will be released holiday 2017, and their source is sources close to Nintendo. So basically, it's like how everyone has an uncle that works at Nintendo. Seriously, look in your family tree, you probably have an uncle that works at Nintendo. And instead of your uncle, doing his job and, just going to work every day and trying to do the best he can, he's like, you know what? I love my job, but I also love my nephew or my niece. And they need to know about the latest things in video games. I don't need this job, screw me losing this job. My nephew and niece needs to know. I need to put my job on the line to inform them. And it's like, okay. I have sources close to Nintendo. I work for a large Nintendo website, and I know a lot of things about Nintendo. Some things we can always talk about, some things we can't. And all of my sources have just said they haven't heard anything about this. So to me, that sort of hurts the credence of it a little bit, because my sources sometimes are so spot on that whole Nintendo Switch presentation, I knew about it 2 days in advance. I knew exactly what games were going to be shown on it. I'm talking about that initial presentation. And I just didn't really think it was logical. Like when I saw Super Bomberman and Ultra Street Fighter 2, I was like, okay, there's no way that this is legit. And of course, everything ended up being 100% legit, 100% spot on. So none of my sources have been able to sort of corroborate this and say that this is a legitimate thing. But looking past that, just looking at it with basic common sense, like I said, we have just put the dirt on the NES Classic, and let's look at the NES Classic. The NES Classic was released because Nintendo really didn't have anything holiday 2016. The Wii U was dead. There was no holiday games coming out for it. Zelda had been delayed. The Switch was coming out this past March, so they didn't really have anything going on in the home console division. The 3DS was doing the 3DS thing, and yeah, it did sell well, but besides the NES Classic and besides Super Mario Run, what did you really have this past holiday from Nintendo? Nothing. So why would the SNES Classic be coming out this holiday season? Well, according to the Eurogamer article, it is to bolster sales for Nintendo and, get some extra revenue in. And while I get that, there's a couple things that sort of negate that point, in my opinion. First and foremost, the Switch has been ridiculously hot. Everyone's talking about the Switch, whether they like it or whether they don't like it, whether there's problems with theirs or whether there's not problems with theirs, but everyone in one way or another is talking about the Switch. And what is coming out this holiday season for the Nintendo Switch? Why, that would be Super Mario Odyssey, which more than likely will easily surpass Zelda in terms of sales, as Mario games always outsell Zelda games. That's just a fact. And Mario is such a huge icon, such a huge brand, that people that are waiting on the Switch, most of the people that are waiting on getting a Switch are waiting till this holiday season to get Super Mario Odyssey, because by this holiday season, you're gonna have the whole plethora of 2017 games to choose from as well. So why would they want to deviate attention from that? Why would they want to deviate attention from their, new console with arguably the biggest game of 2017, Super Mario Odyssey, with the SNES Classic? That doesn't really make sense to me. But the even bigger damning piece of evidence with this whole situation is, of course, Virtual Console. You have to remember, people, Virtual Console in one way or another is coming this fall. That is actually one of the benefits of Nintendo's new subscription service. They're going to have NES games and Super Nintendo games that are free for people that use their online service that they can download and evidently play online. So if there's any semblance of what we've seen in a Virtual Console where you can download games, for X amount of dollars or whatever, and there's going to be free games, why would they once again take away the attention from the Virtual Console right around the time of its launch, because it's launching this fall, and put focus on the Super Nintendo Classic? it doesn't make sense to me. There's too many dots that don't connect. There's too many I's that aren't dotted, too many T's that aren't crossed. And I just don't think this is very logical. It's a soft news story, you know, it's something you could throw out there and be like, yeah, the SNES Classic is coming out this holiday. Oh wait, Nintendo changed their mind, so sorry about that. To me, it's sort of a cheap hit thing. Like, it's, you know, to generate revenue. I don't foresee this being a thing because the NES Classic, you know, it was just a product of the time. It was just a way for Nintendo to get some money. It was a way to get some sales. It was a way to boost Nintendo's image right before the launch of the Switch, get everyone talking about Nintendo, and then get everyone talking about the Switch. The SNES Classic is way more of an oddball situation. It's way more of a sore thumb situation. And plus, there's going to be a lot of more difficult things with third-party games on the Super Nintendo Classic than there would be on the NES Classic, because a lot of those games are still, making money. There's been revisions of them. There's been, remakes of them. So I don't know. I think this whole thing seems very silly. It's definitely way out of left field. It really, to me, is just capitalizing on the death of the NES Classic and trying to get people talking about something that I honestly don't think exists. If it does exist, of course, I will make videos about it and what games I want on it, but for now, I'm not holding my breath. I think Nintendo is done with the classic line of systems. I think that was a one and done thing, an experiment, and that's that's all we're gonna see from it. So let me know what you think of this SNES Classic rumor in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out other videos on the channel. There's probably some videos you haven't seen because I've been putting out videos very fast lately. And of course, if you really like my face and opinions, check out my Patreon page if you want to send me friend mail. The P.O. box is in the description box down below. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys next time. Later.